Confirmation just coming into the Fox newsroom from administration officials that roughly 110 of the Guantanamo detainees are about to be transferred to foreign nations immediately or at a slightly later date. About 35 of them are to be prosecuted in either federal court or military commissions. Roughly 50 detainees might continue to be detained. Now, this all comes 1 year ago from the day that, or 1 year from the day, I should say, that President Obama pledged to close the detention center at Guantanamo Bay by today. He signed the order to shut it down on his third day in office. Well, despite the president's promise, there still are nearly 200 terror suspects being held there. Major Garrett is live at the White House for us. Major, the president was so emphatic that he could close Gitmo by today. It appears it might be another year?
Well, certainly, John, there's a number of problems the administration still confronts, even as it announces to the Justice Department and other sources that it has some plan for a certain number of detainees currently at Guantanamo to be sent to other countries. And it has trial procedures set up for those 35 mentioned in your lead. The problem is it needs to acquire that correctional facility in Illinois, which the president said is going to be the next location once Guantanamo is closed. It also needs to have the state purchase that, give it over to the federal government. There are a lot of complications just in securing and then retrofitting that facility, not to mention all the caseload work that they've done to try to find out if they can find places for the Guantanamo detainees and what to do with those who can't be tried and can't be released. The administration wants to be judged on its intentions, John, but the Bush administration had a similar intention. It also wanted to close Guantanamo, but it said all of these details were very, very difficult to work out, could not possibly be worked out in a year. But President Obama thought it could, and now he has to deal with that failure 1 year later.
How many of the detainees that were there when the president took office, how many of them have been released?
Here are the numbers, John. 44 have been released under President Obama's watch. 2 were sent to Algeria just this week. 196 currently remain at Guantanamo, which is down a bit, as I said, down 44 from when the Obama administration took office. Remember, it once held 750, that detention facility, so far more released under the Bush administration than have been released under President Obama. One of the reasons is the people who remain there are very tough actors with very difficult cases, and it's been hard to find places to put them. With the announcement today that there are some agreements from other nations to take them, the administration is trying to accelerate that process, but it's been very slow going.
And worth remembering, there was a top White House staffer who's gone because it's still open, right?
That's right. Greg Craig was the White House counsel. His first and probably most important task for the president was preparing those executive orders signed 1 year ago today and then overseeing the process to make that executive order come true. Well, not more than a month ago, he was released, and the biggest reason, the White House said privately, was that Gitmo did not turn out the way the president wanted, and so the president took a fall politically, but Greg Craig took a fall professionally.
All right. Major Garrett at the White House, thank you. Barack Obama rocketed from the Illinois State